Hello. So I have decided that along with posting the progress photos, I want to share more like the details of what the client is going through. So in Curvy and 30, we hop on a re-exam call every month just to kind of reflect. I go over their food log. They kind of rate their progress, like how they feel like that they've been doing, like with workouts, nutrition, and then just, we just chat, and that leaves like more room to ask questions and to like really like see how things are going. And I love it because I compare things. And like when you're trying to, lose weight and everything, we get so fixated on like the scale and like the immediate progress that we forget what's going on. So I show the data like, hey, okay, this is actually what's happening. You are making progress, and it makes you feel a lot better because obviously if we're not seeing progress on the scale or like immediately like, in the mirror or whatever, like we feel really discouraged and we feel like all this hard work is for nothing, right? Instead of just showing you a before and after, and it's not even after because there's no really after, right? Like your journey is going to continue and continue. And I share these because people like them and they're like, wow, okay, she made progress. I could do it too. But you don't know the backstory. So instead of just posting a progress photo, I want to show you and tell you more about the backstory. So first of all, I did get authorization to use these photos. She said it was fine, but I am going to just call her Sally just to kind of keep her anonymous. You'll notice that in the progress photos, all my clients prefer if I just keep their head out of it, and that's totally fine. And if people, some people don't want me to share their photos at all, even if it is anonymous, and I totally respect that. I'm really glad that Sally here did let me share because she has a pretty common story that I think a lot of you guys can relate to, and that's why I wanted to share it. So Sally had a lot of friends posting about me and doing my program, and so she was curious, reached out, and she's like, okay, like I've been working out so hard. I've been like really careful of what I'm eating. I've been doing this supplement, like all these things, right? All the things that you should be doing to lose weight, and she wasn't getting anywhere. She was getting really frustrated. So I hopped on phone call with her, and she chose to go with one of my live boot camps first, which is a cheaper option. I believe it was like the first one I did, so it was like $10. So she was able to try out the workouts, see my style, and she ended up liking it and joining Curvy and 30. So in Curvy and 30, we dive into nutrition, and it's a little more like one-on-one, not entirely one-on-one, but a little more support. So during Curvy and 30, she's been in there for 2 months now. I've been able to look over her food log and kind of guide her and give her ideas of what she should be eating. Now, I don't give meal plans. I don't say, this is what you eat. Legally, I'm not even supposed to do that. I am certified in nutrition, but I am not a dietitian. So I give you your macro goal based off of your lifestyle, your goals, and kind of like your activity level, and then also your body and all that. And then I help you reach those goals by giving you like recipes and giving you kind of feedback. So if I'm looking at your food log and let's say, macros are super flexible. You could eat McDonald's and Oreos all day. But if I look at it, I'm like, hey girl, you're not getting any fiber. You're not getting any nutrients. Where's your vegetables? What's your water intake? Let's bump up the protein. That's basically what I'm doing. I'm looking at it and giving you some feedback and some advice and giving you ideas in order to help you achieve those macro goals. So Sally was under eating by a lot. She was skipping breakfast. She wasn't hungry because her metabolism had slowed down. And so your body is very adaptive. When you stop eating a whole lot, then your body's gonna adapt to that and be like, okay, I don't get a lot of calories, so I'm not that hungry. So she wasn't hungry, and she wasn't losing any weight or getting anywhere at the I think it was 1,000 to maybe 1,200 calorie range. And her BMR, she should have been at 1,700 calories just to function properly. Now, yes, if you eat less, you're going to lose weight, but it comes to a point where maybe your body has adapted to 1,200 calories. So you have to eat less than that in order to lose weight. There's a bunch of factors that go into this, or maybe you're not actually eating as little as you think you are. If you're going to Starbucks every day and you're getting, a Frappuccino and a Danish, but you're like, oh, I don't need to track that because it's not like an actual meal. And it's like, well, drinks are still calories, like things still add up. And then maybe you're doing like cardio, but you're actually not burning that many calories because weightlifting, you burn more calories. And, there's a lot of things that go into this if you're not actually tracking and you don't know how to track and what to track. So, moral of the story, I bumped up Sally's calories and obviously gave her weightlifting workouts, which in the long run, you build more muscle. They're only 30 minutes long, so it's a lot nicer to just bust out 30-minute workouts rather than running for hours on the treadmill, which really hurts your knees. I got her set up on some workouts. She's been crushing it for the last 3 months now. We can all agree that you can see a huge difference in these progress photos, right? However, Sally has only actually lost 2 pounds on the scale. Now, that would be super discouraging if she was still doing it on her own, right? And she didn't have all of this data to look back on and somebody to be like, hey, actually, you're looking fantastic. There's nothing that we need to change. Especially because she's weightlifting now, and she wasn't before. So muscle does way more than body fat. And this is something everybody gets really confused with. But if you think about it, as you're weightlifting, when you haven't done it before, you're still in that muscle building stage. And so your body is kind of like fluctuating right now. Like, yes, you're losing fat because you can see it, like the inches are going down, like you're slimming down, clothes are fitting better, progress photos show that you're actually slimming down, but you're building that muscle mass. And so on the scale, it doesn't tell you, hey, you gained muscle mass, but you lost body fat. It just says, hey, this is the number you're at right now. And so that can be a huge slap in the face if you don't have the data and you don't have somebody to kind of show you like, hey, you're doing great. I predict that Sally will start dropping weight on the scale as her body is still adapting, and our bodies can take a while. 3 months is maybe a lot when you're trying to get into routine, but really it's not, because if you think about it, how long have you been in these bad habits? How long have you not been working out? How long have you been eating like crap? Like, how long did it take for you to gain the weight, right? It takes a while for our bodies to adapt and kind of adjust to the new norm. So gaining weight took a while. Losing the weight is going to take a while, especially when we're throwing in all these new changes. Just aside from like obviously the physical changes, Sally has gone through a lot of mental changes too. She has a lot more energy. She is still enjoying a food that she likes and understanding more too, like what is in the food that she likes. And she's able to go enjoy the weekends. And I even tell her like, hey, have fun on the weekends. There's no such thing as a bad weekend because you fell off track. Like, if you want to have a drink, if you want to go out, with your friends, your family, that's okay in my program. Like, we're all about balance. I'm here to teach you how to just be more mindful of what you're consuming and move your body. So if you want to be our next little transformation video progress photo thing here, comment info below. Curvy in 30 is getting some awesome changes, and I would love for you to be a part of it.